Good evening. Hello, how's everyone doing? It's great to see everyone tonight. My name is TJ. I'm the program coordinator here at Rancho Mirage Library and Observatory. It's great to see everyone back. We have been closed for a couple of weeks for the annual Rancho Mirage Writers Festival. And if you attended that, hopefully you enjoyed it. But one thing I wanted to make sure everyone did know about is that this year's festival, we actually did live stream. And if you're interested in yes, we're really proud to do that as well. It took a lot of work. People like Steven back in the booth and our crew that we work with. So if you didn't catch it during the live event, I did want to let everyone know that all the sessions from the Rancho Mirage Writers Festival will be available free to the public on the festival's website or the festival's YouTube page, which you can link to from our website, from the library's website. So you can check those out. Usually it's about 2 or 3 weeks till everything's posted, but there was a lot of really fascinating talks. Also, along with that, if you're stopping the library in the next couple of days, we are gifting some free books that we have from some of the authors that were featured, so check that out as well. There's a cart right by the checkout table, and you can come see what's available. But we have a lot of great programming coming up over the next couple of weeks and months. If you haven't already, our new program guide just came out, so be sure to pick that out. It's in the back of the room. Looks like this. We also list everything online as well. March, I think it's the most programming in my time at the library that we've ever done overall, including observatory programming, kids programming, our music programming, our lectures. We'll have 4 Rancho Mirage Writers Festival events where we're giving away 200 books to the first 200 people. So there is something literally almost every day in March. So check it out. Hopefully we'll see you. It's a lot of fun stuff coming up. So how do we put all this stuff on? Well, a lot of it is due to the support from our foundation and honestly the support from donations that come in, grants that come in, sponsorships, but mostly gifts from people like you and the people that enjoy our programming. Tonight's program is sponsored by one of our most generous sponsors, Mr. Jay Bartush. So I'd like to take a moment just to once again thank the Bartush Performing Arts Fund for all of the support, especially for sponsoring tonight's concert as well. With that, just a couple quick reminders. If you haven't already, make sure you turn your cell phone off. And what else? I think that's pretty much it. It's going to be a great show tonight. Jo Valentine is someone who, and he can correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure his first ever professional performance was at the Rancho Mirage Library. He shared that with us last time he was here. He was last with us in April of 2004. And it was so great to have him back, and it was such a great show. But I really was hoping even more people would be able to see him. So it's so wonderful to see such a great crowd here tonight. He's terrific, and I think his music is kind of just what we need right now, and it'll be a nice evening for everyone. But just to tell you a little bit more about Bobby Jo, he's been called, actually the Tony Award-winning Stephen Schwartz of Wicked and Godspell. He said Bobby's music are catchy songs with intelligence. They have thoughtful lyrics in the tradition of Bob Dylan, Cat Stevens, and Bruce Hornsby. His newest album, The Thing About a Heart, explores our internal identities and their relationship to our ever-shifting outer world with imagination, poetry, and hopefulness. He may even have some more new work since then. And he was actually named Songwriter of the Year by the West Coast Songwriters Association. He lives in the Pacific Northwest and tours the country, bringing his soulful songs and stories to festivals, theaters, and even living room stages. And tonight we are so lucky and fortunate to have him right here with us. Please help me welcome to the stage Bobby Jo Valentine.
December 31st, pull up the shiny hearse, put in the old year, break the reverse gear. The past pulls out your driveway, forever out of reach. Oh, what a sunset, don't know how many left. Time is a treasure chest, only spent, never kept. Turn down the fear of failing and set your life story free. I know it's easy to give up with everything we've been through, but life isn't just what happens, it's something you happen to. The future is a highway growing beneath our feet, forever incomplete, always awakening. So let go all the dark things that have been done to you, 'cause life isn't just what happens, it's something you happen to. It's something you happen to. So let the new year grow, take it sure and slow, never look back except to learn or laugh. Wounds are our greatest teachers, and scars are our strangest strength. Hold your hurt hand high, wave a good goodbye. The dawn only breaks once the old day dies. Time moves us ever forward into the mystery, and every moment dances along with the way we move. Life isn't just what happens, it's something you happen to. The future is a highway growing beneath our feet, forever incomplete, always awakening. So let go all the dark things that have been done to you, 'cause life isn't just what happens, it's something you happen to. It's something you happen to. December 31st, pull up the shiny hearse, put in the old year, break the reverse gear. The past pulls out your driveway, forever out of reach. Oh, what a sunset, don't know how many left. Time is a treasure chest, only spent, never kept. Turn down the fear of failing. Turn down the fear of failing and set your life story free. Thank you very much. Thank you so much. Well, good evening, everybody. It's wonderful to be here. It's a huge honor. And I love this beautiful, beautiful library. And yes, this is the first place in 2011. This is the first place that paid me to perform original music. And feels really, really lucky. So yeah, I'm glad y'all are here. For those of you that are seeing me for the very first time, I feel like I should answer a question that might be on some of y'all's minds. And the answer to that question is, yes, my real name is Bobby Jo Valentine. I didn't just make it up so I could have a catchy name to write music with and stuff. But I was adopted 2 days after I was born. And so my birth mother, she wanted to name me Bobby Jo, and her last name was Valentine. And my adopted parents took the spirit of her wish, and they upgraded Bobby Jo to Robert Joseph. So Robert Joseph, and their last name, Parker, was the name that I kind of decided to, the name that I didn't have a choice, the one that they chose for me. But when I started making music is kind of the bones of who I am. And so I really decided it was really cool to have a name I was given before anything else that I could identify with and I could choose that was my own. And so I decided to go with Bobby Jo Valentine, and that's the origin story of BJV. There you go. Now you're more informed. If there's someone in the back, I know there was 2 folks that were helping with sound. if one of you could go to the back room and get my guitar case that's in there, my gray guitar case. I forgot something that's in that guitar case. Thank you so much. But while they're going there, I'll sing you another song. This song is a song I wrote called Fox Eyes, and it's a song about, when the world feels hopeless. It's a song about how to look at life and how to be in the world that makes you a little more hopeful. And I feel like maybe in our times this would be a nice offering. So here we go. Rooster crows at dawn, hibernate instead. Deer eyes on the headlights up ahead. Thanks, TJ. Mingle with the herd, circle round the sun. Hope that all the groundhog days are done. What to do when all the reasons have worn thin. After all, we're only human animals with fur and souls and skin. Well, keep your fox eyes focused on the beauty underneath, and keep your whale heart open. That is all you really need to love life. Teeth and sweat and blood and tears, tell me what it's worth. Temporary pauperance on this earth. Well, what's the reason not to stay inside the shell? After all, we're only human animals with limbs and souls and cells. Well, just keep your fox eyes focused on the beauty underneath, and keep your whale heart open. That is all you really need to love life. To love life, to love life, when they don't love you anymore. When your own story is the only left worth fighting for. When no one's opening the doors. When the wolf comes out at night and there's no one left inside. Are we gonna be alright? Well, keep your fox eyes focused. There is beauty underneath, and keep your whale heart open. That is all you really need to love life. To love life. To love life. Thank you so much. All right, well, I know that a lot of our hearts have lately been with the folks that have lost their homes in the fires in LA. And I definitely feel for those people, because I experienced a similar thing. In 2017, the Napa fires came through, the Camp Fire came through Napa, California, and my house was one of the ones that burnt to a crisp. And it was so funny that we had a little house on the hillside in Napa, and the fire just came over the hillside and made a beeline for our house, and it missed the neighbors on the left side and the right side of us, but hit our house and just completely burned it to a crisp. They weren't like right next to us, but in the area, and it was a really difficult time. And after I'd lost the house and we were sitting in a friend's house wondering what was going to happen, I had someone message me, and it was one of my supporters that had lost their home in a fire before. And they told me, they said, there will always be your life before and after the fire. And this is one of the hardest things that you're going to go through. And prepare to be more loved than you've ever been in your entire life. And that's exactly what happened for me. We had nothing. I just had my guitar because I was on tour when the fire came through. So I had my guitar out when I was out performing, and I had my car that was parked at the airport. And slowly but surely, people started to GoFundMe so we could rebuild our lives. And people offered us housing, and people came by with instruments and sound systems and things for me to be able to continue my work. And I was able to start my life again. And I was so inspired by that, because there are the people that when everything falls down around them, they just kind of curl up like a fist and become cold. And then there's people, when the world falls down around them, their response is to love more. And it's so inspiring to see that. And I think right now, like I said, in our time, it's a difficult season, and sometimes it feels like the world is on fire. And in those times, I think it's important to love even more. And so this is a song I send out for all those folks that have lost their homes in the LA fires, and a song I send out for everyone that feels like things are burning around them. And so this one is one I wrote right after the fire, and it's called "This Year I Learned." This year I learned what it means to be true at the cost of comfortable. This year I learned some things I had of concrete could still be combustible. Little dark humor after losing your entire house, but anyway. And as we wait for the dawn, time and marches on, the eternal advancer. But in the eyes of my friends, I think I found it again, the edge of an answer. This year I learned to help the tables turn. Go out and love someone you don't need any reason. And things fall apart, but they're not all we are. Lift up your eyes and see the forest through the trees, and lift up your eyes and see the forest through the trees. And this year I learned sometimes a fire burns and you don't get to say when or how long or how high or why. You just gotta take a breath, make a decision on what to do with what's left, and hold up your loves until the tears run dry. And as we wonder what's real, all of this starts to feel like it's a critical cancer. But in the eyes of my friends, I think I found it again, the edge of an answer. Oh, when the world burns, to help the tables turn, go out and love someone you don't need any reasons. And we're battle scarred, but that's not all we are. Lift up your eyes and see the forest through the trees. And when the world burns, if you want happier, go out and love someone you don't need any reasons. And things fall apart, but they're not all we are. Lift up your eyes and see the forest through the trees. And lift up your eyes and see the forest through the trees. And lift up your eyes. This year I learned sometimes the pages turned for you when you can't turn it yourself. This year I learned sometimes you need your hands emptied for you, so you can finally pick up what you never ever should have put on the shelf. And as we wait for the dawn, time and marches on, the irresistible dancer. But in the eyes of my friends, I think I found it again. The edge of an answer. Oh, when the world burns, to help the tables turn, go out and love someone. No reasons. And things fall apart, but they're not all we are. Lift up your eyes and see the forest through the trees. And this year I learned, if you want happier, go out and love someone. You don't need any reasons. And we're battle scarred, but that's not all we are. Lift up your eyes and see the forest through the trees. And lift up your eyes. Lift up your eyes. This year I learned what it means to be true. Go out and love someone. Thank you. All right, well, we are just a couple days past Valentine's Day, so for that reason alone, I thought I'd play a few love songs for y'all, and this is one of them. And I mentioned the origin story of Bobby Jo Valentine, and I should say that when I found out that name, my partner at the time was like, well, you have to call yourself that for, performing. And I resisted it for a little while because I thought it was a little too country sounding, Bobby Jo. And that's just because it's not because I don't like country music, but it's just because my genres wander all over the place musically when I'm writing. But I always like to say that, that I resisted it because of that reason before I sing my most country-sounding song, just for the irony. And that's this one. This is a simple little love song called Between Those Lines. There's a fire that has burned beneath my surface. There's a fire that's been burning on my mind. And its smoke signals a song that your love is almost gone, and you don't have much to say between those lines. So I stirred up all the embers that were dying, and the sparks that flew continue still to shine. And their glow spells out a song that my love for you is strong, and I don't have much to say between those lines. And I will walk with you till I can go no further, or until your hand removes itself from mine. And I will not go away if we see some darker days, and I don't have much to say between those lines. See, can't you hear like a banjo solo in there? It's such a country song. It's a world of dark and dread and fear of dying. It's amazing here that any sun could shine. So I won't give up our light if you walk into the night. And I don't have much to say between those lines. And I will walk with you till I can go no further, or until your hand removes itself from mine. And I will not go away if we see some darker days, and I don't have much to say between those lines. Well, silver and gold won't buy me away from you, and nothing could steal away my time. From our story's bright beginning until one of us is through, I will walk you every step between those lines. And I will stay with you till I can stay no further, or until your heart removes itself from mine. and I will breathe in every breath that our golden love has left. And I don't have much to say between those lines. And I will walk with you till I can go no further, or until your hand removes itself from mine. And I will not go away if we see some darker days. And I don't have much to say between those lines. No, I don't have much to say between those lines. No, I don't have much to say between those lines. Thank you very much. Thank you. Libraries have always been a place of love and acceptance for me. They changed my life. I came as a kid to the library, and I grew up in a really a different space than a library. I grew up in an independent fundamental Baptist environment. And for those of y'all that don't know what that's like, it's kind of like Westboro Baptist Church light. So, like, we didn't hold up signs on street corners telling everyone they were going to burn in hell forever or anything. We just believed it quietly in our hearts. And that's just as bad, when you have a world that's, you believe a very, very specific thing, and that means you're the good people, and everyone else that believes anything slightly different is the bad people. Then it's a pretty arrogant way to live, but as a kid, it's a really anxious way to live. And no matter how much I did the things they wanted me to do or said the things they wanted me to say to fit in, I always felt like maybe I was a secret outsider and that I didn't belong in this world. And it turned out that I didn't belong in that world. I belonged to a much bigger, much larger world. But the librarian, the children's librarian at our local library could kind of tell where I was from and could went out of her way to make me feel loved and accepted and to give me books that infused in me the idea that I was loved just for who I am. And the thing I love about a library is you can come in there and no matter who you are, whether you're homeless or you have a mansion, whoever you love, you can go in there and you can just be loved and accepted. And I feel that way about Rancho Mirage Library, don't y'all? So that's a wonderful thing. But it took me a while to find my own place in the world. And so this is one of the first songs I ever wrote. And I wrote this song for that 13-year-old kid that didn't know if he ever was going to fit in anywhere back then. And also I wrote it for anyone who's ever felt like they haven't yet found a place to belong. Well, I have watched thousands of sunsets and seen the moon dissolve and resurrect, and I have slept in hundreds of bedrooms but never once woke up at home. Oh, but I believe that there is a place where my heart can breathe, a place where I can be happy, and so I keep searching for that land wherever I go. But I haven't found it yet, and I'm trying hard to forget that all I've got are broken guitar strings to help me sing my broken songs. And even though I feel I've seen everything, I still haven't found a place to belong. No, I still haven't found a place to belong. Well, I have walked through forests and canyons, and I have prayed at hundreds of altars and raised my hands at crystal cathedrals, but never once heard God speak. Oh, but I believe that there is a hand that is holding me as I walk this land, and it's guiding me, and it understands and it carries me when I am weak. But all I've got are broken guitar strings to help me sing my broken songs. And even though I feel I've seen everything, I still haven't found a place to belong. No, I still haven't found a place to belong. And there might be something wrong with me. There might be something wrong. 'Cause even though I feel I've seen everything, I still haven't found a place to belong. 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 Oh no, and all I've got are broken guitar strings to help me sing my broken songs. And even though I feel I've seen everything, I still haven't found a place to belong. No, I still haven't found a place to belong. No, I still haven't found a place to belong. To belong. Thank you. Brene Brown is a writer I really like, and she has a book on belonging. And one of the things she says about true belonging is that true belonging is when you don't have to compromise pieces of yourself and stuff yourself into a box to fit in, but where you belong for who you are. And I feel like that was a place that I needed to realize that growing up, and it took me a little while to find that. But there's a couple things I like to say about that song now that I'm a little older. I wrote that song when I was 23, and I'm 39 now. And there's a line in the chorus of that song that I wrote when I was 23 that says, "I feel I've seen everything." And that is such a 23-year-old thing to say, you know? And I say that with like a lot of love for my 23-year-old self. But still, like if I could go back in time, I would whisper in his ear, there's going to be a little more to learn and discover. The other thing that's wonderful about that song, though, is, you know, I was discovering my way, and that song was an indication, kind of this hope. There was an ache in that song, of course, but there was a hope that eventually I would find that place where I fit in and where I belonged. And but it took a little while to get there. And when I was 23, or 22, 23, I came out as gay to my parents, my conservative, independent, fundamental parents. And they were wonderful people, but they were locked into this mindset that, you know, being gay was wrong. And so they told their pastor, not knowing what to do, and their pastor told them that I needed to go to conversion therapy. And if any of y'all are familiar with conversion therapy, if you're not familiar with conversion therapy, what it is basically you're sent to like a camp, or like usually it's like a church campus or something, and you go live there for like 3 to 6 months or longer. And what they do during that period is they basically try to pray the gay away. And they do all sorts of stuff, like they do exorcisms sometimes because they believe that homosexuality is a demon that needs to be exorcised from your body. And they do all sorts of kind of brainwashing tactics. Long story short, it does not work. Like, the studies are out, you know, it officially does not work. I dipped my toe into it and I briefly kind of got enough to realize, hey, this wasn't for me. And I got out of it. But I have friends that have gone through it. And it took them years to unpack the self that they had buried underneath because of that therapy. And a friend of mine went through it and had a really difficult time, but came out the other side better. And not better because of the therapy, but came out the other side himself and healed. It took him a while. But he told me his story, and I was so affected by it that I went home that day and I wrote this song. And this is a brand new song, and it's called "It's Just a Phase." And I wrote this song. This song is a song from the perspective of a conversion therapy camp trying to convince someone to go to their camp. And so even though this is a really specific experience, you know, for someone that is gay, at the same time, I think we all know what it's like to have a person or a group of people or a place try to dim our light and try to take away the color in our lives. And so hopefully you'll find something to identify with in this song. So here we go. It's just a phase, that's what they say. We have a way to make the feelings go away. That rush of heat when he walks by. We have a way to dull the twinkle in his eye. It's just a phase, that love you feel. We have a way of making rainbows look less real. Give us some time, you'll be okay. It's just a phase. It's just a phase, we have the proof. Here is the story of a boy who looks like you. He walked our path, bathed in our words, gave up some happiness, but it could be much worse. He could have let his heart fly free. Could you imagine all the places he could be? Instead of here, making our case that it's just a phase. Just come inside and close the door. We've helped 1,000 people lose a love like yours. We'll make the aching fade away. And if you get lonely, all you have to do is pray. Pray, pray. It's just a phase. You'll be all right. We have a way of making rainbows black and white. Give us some time, you'll be okay. It's just a phase. Thank you. Thanks so much. I have a happy sequel to that sad song, Fear Not. And so one of the wonderful things about growing older and after I came out, you know, there was that idea that I was going to lose all of my friends and family if I came out, because all I knew was this Baptist world. It was a very sheltered, very insular kind of circle, social circle. And when I did lose a lot of family and a lot of friends, but then I discovered something really wonderful. And this is something that not just queer folks discover, that all people discover, is that when you discover people that don't want to be with you because they want you to be a certain way and you want to be yourself, what you'll discover as you go down the road is that you start asking yourself, well, are there people that want to be with me and love me for who I am? And you discover, especially the gay community gets to discover this really quickly, is they discover there are a group of people who will love you and accept you just for who you are. And you discover that there's a family you were born into, and you can't help that. But there is this other family waiting for you, and you get to choose. Yes, you get to choose a family that will love you just for who you are. And some of those family members, those new family members, will end up being closer to you than any that you ever could have grown up with. And this is definitely what happened with me. And as I traveled around the country writing these songs, I discovered that there was a family waiting for me of people that would accept and love me just for who I am and just for what I thought about the world, and it meant the world. And so this song is one I wrote for some friends in Chicago. Their names are Emmy and Katie, and they're a wonderful, wonderful couple. And they've officially adopted me as they're officially my aunt and uncle, and there's nothing I can do about it. One of them is a wonderful woman, and the other one is a trans man. And they are just so happy in their life, and they're happy with the family that they've built of people that will love them for who they are. And so I took Katie's story. She has a really heartbreaking story, origin story, but she came out and once again found that family. So I took her story and I took my thoughts about what it means to have that chosen family, and I wrote this song. And this song is called Family to Me. How long can it take for some people to find their way? Wild country was my first base. Took a little while to find something safe. Took a little while to open the right door. 18 years, but who's keeping score? Family don't mean the same thing to me. Not like other ones I see. Had to leave, grow my own seeds, find another way to plant a tree. But it's not the roots that bind you, it's the ones that set you free and hold your wounded heart from underneath. That's family to me. That's family to me. Small closet for a bed, and the feeling you're the only one left. Lean dinners, heavy times, and the feeling you're the last of your kind. Well, days fall like wounds from a war. You start to wonder who's keeping score. Family don't mean the same thing to me. Not like the other ones I see. I had to leave, grow my own seeds, find another way to plant a tree. And it's not the roots that bind you, it's the ones that set you free and hold your wounded heart from underneath. That's family to me. That's family to me. Sometimes the weight is still heavy, and sometimes I'm all locks and no keys. But you've got two hands strong and steady, and it means so much that you chose me. Well, sometimes the weight is still heavy, sometimes I'm all locks and no keys. You've got a smile soft and steady, and I chose you, and you chose me. And it's not the roots that bind you, it's the ones that set you free. That's family to me. So now it's later, and I come home after 3 meetings and a long drive alone. It's been a hard day, cold night, but our driveway is bathed in light. And when I knock, you open up the door every time. So I've stopped keeping score, family. Mine's not like the other ones I see. So I had to leave, grow my own seeds, and I found another place to plant a tree. And it's not the roots that bind you, it's the ones that set you free and hold your wounded heart from underneath. That's family to me. That's family to me. So how long can it take for some people to find their way? Thank you very much. Thank you so much. Oh my goodness, time has flown, y'all. I can't believe it. Okay. I have so many more songs that I want to sing you, but we have so little time. How's everyone doing okay? Doing okay? All right, good. All right. 36 more songs to go. You're doing good. We can fit it into 15 minutes, no problem. Well, great. Well, I feel like I want to offer. I'd be remiss if I didn't offer a song for this moment in our world. And I wrote this song. This is my newest song I've written, and I wrote this song on January 20th, 2025. And I was in Florida, and I had just finished 4 concerts in Florida. And I had an artist that I really loved wrote a song called St. Augustine at Night, and I really loved the song. And so St. Augustine, Florida was right near where I was finishing. So I booked 2 nights at an Airbnb in St. Augustine, Florida, and had no idea what I was in for. And so I got my car and I drove it, and it was along this lake, and I quickly realized as I stopped at this gas station that this was the last thing I was going to see for about 30 minutes. There was no grocery store, no gas station. I was just going 30 minutes kind of in the middle of nowhere. And as I'm driving down this lakeside with once again, no gas station, store, or anything in sight, I'm just looking to the left and right of me. And to the left and right of me as I'm driving down is just Trump flag, Trump flag, Trump flag, Trump flag, Trump flag. And it, say what you will, wherever you are politically, it just hit me about how divided our country was and how much we were struggling. And so it weighed heavy on my heart when I got to the Airbnb. And so I sat in my little cabin, and I thought, what can I say about this time, about Martin Luther King Jr. Day being on the same day as the inauguration, this moment in our life? What can I say that can be possibly of any help? And so this song is kind of my effort to, my offering, and my very imperfect offering about this moment. And this song for now is just called January 20th, 2025. I am thinking about Martin Luther King today. I am thinking about Martin Luther King, about his dream and this moment and the great distance between. I am thinking about Martin Luther King. I wish I didn't see a future war. I wish I didn't see a future war. But divides are getting deeper and the guns are at the door. I wish I didn't see a future war. But I know we can still grow a garden here. There's still a chance to grow a garden here. The soil sure needs tending, but it hasn't disappeared. And there's still a chance to grow a garden here. So tomorrow let us not give up the good. No, tomorrow let us not give up the good. Wake up and help your neighbor, carry water and chop wood. No, tomorrow let us not give up the good. I'm thinking about Martin Luther King today. I'm thinking about Martin Luther King. How far away we are from setting everybody free. And how he said that loving was the only working key. And how that truth is fighting with the rage inside of me. I am thinking about Martin Luther King today. About him more than any other thing. Today, I am trying not to throw his holy dream away. So I'm thinking about Martin Luther King. I am dreaming about Martin Luther King. Thank you. Thank you very much. All right, I'm feeling like maybe 3 more songs. That sound good with everybody? 3 more? That's good. Okay. You want to ask for a refund for your money? Okay, good. Well, money or not, your time is so valuable. Thank you for spending some of it with me tonight. It's been really meaningful being here. In honor of Valentine's Day, here's another little love song. This is actually a poem by Dr. Maya Angelou. And I set it to, beautiful, beautiful poet. And I thought I'd seen and heard all of her work. I'm just such a fan and lover of all of her thoughts and who she is as a beacon of light. But Valentine's Day came around a couple years ago, and this little poem she wrote showed up on my feed and just stopped me in my tracks. So I sat down and I wrote a little song to the poem. And so this poem is called Come and Be My Baby. The highway is full of big cars going nowhere fast, and folks are smoking anything that'll burn. Some people wrap their lives around a cocktail glass, and you sit wondering where you're gonna turn. I got it. Come and be my baby. Come and be my baby. Some prophets say the world is gonna end tomorrow. Others say we've got a week or two. The paper is spinning every sort of blooming horror, and you sit wondering what you're gonna do. I got it. Come here and be my baby. Come and be my baby. Oh. The highway is full of big cars going nowhere fast, and folks are smoking anything that'll burn. Some people wrap their lives around a cocktail glass, and you sit wondering where you're gonna turn. I got it. Come here and be my baby. Come and be my baby. Come here and be my baby. Come and be my baby. Thank you very much. All right, 2 more songs left. Here we go, countdown. So thank y'all again so much for coming. Was this fun? Did you have a good time? Was it? Okay, good. Well, I don't think I can capture all of you because it's so dark, but let me see if I can get a selfie to prove that we exist. So if you guys wouldn't mind maybe raising your hands or doing something happy, and we'll do, okay, right, here we go. Oh, thank you. Okay, let's get on with it. Okay, there we go. Oh, there we go, perfect. Okay, thank you so much. Awesome, thank you very much. All right, wonderful. Well, thank you so much for coming, and I'd love to come back to Rancho Mirage Library again. I've got all sorts. Thank you. I've got all sorts of songs and stories for you, all sorts of new ones and different ones to share. But if you like this work, I hope you'll consider supporting what I do. And if you'd like to do that, I think it's more important now than ever to support artists that are trying to say something meaningful about the world. And I'm certainly doing my best. And so, if you want to support my work, I have 6 CDs in the back there on a table. And the songs that I sang tonight, I spread across all 6 CDs, so you wouldn't know which one to get, and you'd just be like, "Give me the total package, Bobby." That's what I'm hoping. But I have those CDs, and I also have a poetry book that I'm going to read a little bit from after this song. And the poetry book also has all of my song lyrics in it. So if you like the song lyrics, that's in there as well. And for those of you that don't have CDs anymore, I know there's some people in here that just don't have a CD player, haven't used a CD player in years. Fret not. If you want, I actually have a digital package available. So for cheaper than the price of the CDs. Exactly. I do everything I can to make it work. That's right. Someone laughed. It's like, yeah, I got to do what I can. But for cheaper than the price of the CDs, my entire music collection I can send you digitally. And it's really simple. Send it to you via email, and then you can download it on your phone, your computer, whatever you like. And so that's an option as well if you want to support the art and also get some music. So those are the 3 things that you can do if you'd like. And I also have a little email list if you want to sign up for that. But all right, I am almost done. Here we go. I can't believe it. This night just flew for me. Did it fly for y'all? Goodness, wow. I can't believe it. Okay. Well, when I think of the invisible engines of our lives, and that's really what I like to write about. I like to write about these things under the surface that you can't see, but that drive so much of our decisions. And so many of those things are stories we tell ourselves about the world. And they're also little things we decide to believe in, like hope or despair. Or joy, or peace, or war. And so this song is a song about hope. And I think hope has been the driving force of my life in my darkest time. It's been the belief that somehow tomorrow won't be the exact same as a dark day, but that tomorrow might be better. If I put in the work, not just automatically, but if I put in the work, perhaps tomorrow will be better. And I thought that ever since I was a little kid. And so this is a song I wrote for the child in you and the child in me. And it's a song about a little boy, and it's a song about hope, and it's called Fly. This is my room, and it's robin's egg blue, and it's got a few cracks in the ceiling. This is my street where the Minutemen meet, and Dad says that I'll never be leaving. I'm 10 years old, but I know how to smoke, and the drink's up to cure the bad feelings. This is my home, and the sticks and the stones are made up of the darkest of things. But in my dreams I can fly, and I soar, and my feet touch the sky, and it seems I can go anywhere if I try. And the world's not so dark when the clouds make it white. If there's no hope, tell me why. In my dreams I can fly. In my dreams I can fly. Here come the tears, and I cover my ears, and I swear I can hear my own heart beat. When they stop fighting to turn out the lights, I pretend that I'm already sleeping. After the violence, alone in the silence, just me and the secret I'm keeping. My dad tells me I'm not worth anything, and I've almost admitted defeat. But in my dreams I can fly, and I soar, and my feet touch the sky, and it seems I can go anywhere if I try. And the world's not so dark when the clouds make it white. If there's no hope, tell me why. In my dreams I can fly. In my dreams I can fly. This is my room and it's robin's egg blue, and it's got a few cracks in the ceiling. This is my home and the sticks and the stones are made up of the darkest of things. After the violence, alone in the silence, just me and this secret I'm keeping. My dad tells me I'm not worth anything, and I've almost admitted it, but in my dreams I can fly and I soar, and my feet touch the sky, and it seems I can go anywhere if I try, and the world's not so dark when the clouds make it white. If there's no hope, tell me why. In my dreams I can fly and I soar, and my feet touch the sky, and it seems I can go anywhere if I try, and the world's not so dark when the clouds make it white. If there's no hope, tell me why. In my dreams I can fly. If there's no hope, tell me why. In my dreams I can fly. If there's no hope, tell me why. In my dreams I can fly. A few poems for you tonight. And for those of you that don't like poetry, they're really short poems. So, but I hope you'll enjoy them. This is from my poetry book that came out last year. And here we are. The first one's called All the Love. When life starts to lose its color in the blurring and the busy, may you find in loving others all the love that you've been missing. There's a sister and a brother who are lost, barely existing, and they need you to recover all the love that you've been missing. This next one is called, thank you very much. Well, let's get through all four of them, and then you decide if you like them or not. We'll see if I keep the ratio up here. Okay, this next one is called Shark. Here we go. Shark. As scary movies go, Jaws was my first. Shown to me, unguarded, 6 years old at my aunt's house. Opaque water, rippling danger, sharp surprise, and an idea planted deep inside me. The less you can see, the more it can hurt. So began my toxic relationship with mystery. Oh, that's a spicy one, huh? Okay. This next one is called Alarm Clock. It's super short. Here we go. Alarm clock. I wonder what an alarm clock made of kindness sounds like. Some questions don't need answers, only more listening. And then we'll do one more here to finish us off. And like I said, if you enjoyed the book, it's available in the back for you or a friend or anyone that might enjoy some poetry. This last one we'll finish up with is called Outer Space. Outer space, unknown and unproven, yet so many trace their future there. Astrology, horoscopes, divination. So much easier looking far away for answers than to put the telescope down, breathe in up-close air, take in reachable space, observe countable time, and say, I'll start here. So there you go. There's some poetry for y'all. All right. Well, here's the grand finale, folks. Thank you so much for coming out. And when you have a whole band, the grand finale is usually when you bring the horn section out or the string section out. And when you're a solo songwriter, you're like, here's another song with only me. I hope you like it. But thanks again so much for coming out. If you want to say hello or support my work, I'll be back there behind the little table in the back of the room, and I'm happy to initial anything you like. And hugs are free. I'd love to hug everybody who wants one. And this is the last song I'll finish off with. The very first song I sang, my New Year's song. I know it's kind of the first song I sing tonight. It's kind of a lot, right? It's a lot of words coming at you pretty quickly. And so to finish us off, I want to just kind of slow that song down and offer it to you again to think about the words. I remember reading an article when I was younger, and it was kind of an advice article. It claimed it had an answer about life. And in the article, it was about how to deal with despair. And it was a difficult time in the country, and they were talking about how to deal with despair. And in the article, it just basically said, action is always an antidote to despair. And when I was young, I was like, that's way too simplistic. That can't be it. And then I went through a lot and lost a lot, and went through a lot of difficult things, went through a deep depression for 9 months of my life, and dealt with mental illness. I have bipolar disorder, and went through an unmedicated journey in depression and mania, came out the other side of that. And at the very end of everything, sitting here in 2025, what I want to say is the same thing that article says, which is that action is always an antidote to despair. And this song is, the title of the song is Something You Happen To. And remembering, I think, especially in this time, that life isn't just what happens, it's something you happen to. And using this time as an excuse to love the people that we love even more than usual, and bind our community together and strengthen and reach across divides and try to love people, even the difficult ones. Not me, I'm not the difficult one. Everyone else is the difficult one, Isn't that what we all think, right? It's so funny. Anyway, so we'll finish with this. Thank you very much for coming out. So let the new year grow, take it sure and slow, never look back except to learn or laugh. Wounds are our greatest teachers, scars are our strangest strength. Hold your hurt hand high, wave a good goodbye. The dawn only breaks once the old day dies. Time moves us ever forward into the mystery, and every moment dances along with the way you move. Life isn't just what happens, it's something you happen to. It's something we happen to. December 31st, pull up the shiny hearse, put in the old year, break the reverse gear. The past pulls out your driveway, forever out of reach. Oh, what a sunset, don't know how many left. Time is a treasure chest, only spent, never kept. Turn down the fear of failing. Turn down the fear of failing and set your life story free. Set your life story free. Set your life story free. Thank you very much. All right, that's the show, y'all. Thank you so much. I'm Jo Valentine. Have a great rest of your night, and I'll be in the back if you want to say hello. Thank you.